we still have some more business to tend to tonight. Dylan, the St. Louis Cardinals are struggling mightily. They've lost 7 consecutive games. And I want to know, as you hop behind the wheel of this car, if you're going to pump the brakes on a statement I'm going to make. They lost today to the Reds, again 7 straight. The Cards have been outscored 43-20 on the 0-7 road trip. Since trading Matt Adams to the Braves on May 20th, the Redbirds have won just 5 times in 19 games. Adams, on the other hand, has hit 6 homers and driven in 15 runs in 16 games since being traded to the Braves. So, Dylan, is the Matt Adams trade to blame for the Cardinals' collapse, or should we pump the brakes?
I'm pumping the brakes here. I certainly know that 20 runs over a 7-game span is not enough, and you point to that offense and say, hey, you got to pick it up. But when you look at Matt Adams, it's not like he was playing every day for the Cardinals. Right. This was not an everyday player, and I think this was the right move. Now, I don't think they got a whole ton in return. Maybe they could have got more in return for Matt Adams, and we'll look back on this trade and say, man, Braves got themselves a real middle-of-the-order thumper, and they didn't have to give much up to get him. And we know why they did that with the Freddie Freeman injury, but there's plenty of guys on this Cardinal team that can hit. And even when Adams is not in the lineup, which, like I said, he was not every day, there's plenty of offense to go around. I just think they're struggling. I think they've run into some good pitching. I think they're pressing a little bit. And we're also seeing on the flip side of it, too, some of the pitchers that we came accustomed to having great years. Mike Leake was not great yesterday. Lance Lynn, who had been very, very solid, slipped up a little bit. Same thing with Waino. You and I dove inside how great Waino's been over his last about 7 starts. And then all of a sudden, he craps the bed the other night. So I think pitching falling away a little bit and some of those guys needing to pick it up. But I don't put a lot of this on Matt Adams. He would have helped, but that's hindsight to be in 2020.
Yeah, he didn't really have a spot with Matt Carpenter now being your everyday first baseman. Carpenter has struggled big time this year based on what we're used to seeing from him.
But the numbers on the back of the baseball card will say he'll be
sure. Better. I like the fact that he's hitting leadoff again, and Dexter Fowler, when he's in the lineup, maybe drops to the 2 spot. But I look at other things. The offense faltering as a whole, which, again, Matt Adams wasn't a part of. The starting pitching is maybe feeling the burden of carrying this team, and the bullpen, awful.
Yeah,
Brett Cecil especially, who
yes.
was terrible again in this road trip. Yikes. That has been a big reason why the Cardinals are 5-14 in their last 19 games.